Hey there Fortnite community, and welcome to another edition of the Fort Report. In this week's edition, we'll be starting off by discussing the V8.4 patch notes. Then we'll be looking a little bit at the World Cup qualifiers before finally wrapping up the show with the week's best montages, so stay tuned for those. First order of business is going to be that V8.4 patch. And the first thing that happened is that the new rarities have been added for the infantry rifle. Which is the epic and legendary rarities. They deal 42 to 44 damage and can be found in floor loot, chests, supply drops, and vending machines. A quick reminder that the rifle uses medium ammo. And the egg launcher is back in the game, the good old egg launcher. Everyone loves it. Of course, it is only a skin for the grenade launchers and it does not actually shoot eggs out of it, but I mean, it's cool. It's an egg launcher. That's always fun. I mean, right around Easter, of course, they put that in there. Gameplay wise, players are now able to pet pets. If you don't, like, you can literally pet it with your hand, even though it's not really a good animation. It's more like you're like a swipe like that and the pet does a little something. It's not like you can go up and like cuddle the pet, unfortunately, but you can pet the pets now. That's an option that they added in there. And additionally, the Battle Pass Friend XP bonus has been modified to give players teaming up with any number of friends the same amount of XP as players playing in a full squad of Battle Pass owning friends. The overall total XP bonus, however, remains the same at 120%. Besides these new additions, the V8.4 also includes various bug fixes, such as players being unable to ping coconuts and traps being placed inside of walls, making them difficult to see. Traps being placed inconsistently has also been fixed, and as well as some various other fixes. Now let's talk more about the competitive aspect. The Fortnite World Cup Online Open Week 2 starts this weekend on the 20th and the 21st. That's going to be Saturday and Sunday, tomorrow and the next day if you're watching this live. And the prize pool is going to be $1 million. The top performers in each server region will qualify to the finals in New York City. If you missed week 1, don't worry, we'll be discussing the results later on the stream. This is going to be a duos game mode, and players are required to have reached Champion League in Arena. Players are only allowed to participate in the server region where they first enter the tournament. So if you enter your tournament, in your server on the East Coast, you're only going to be able to play for the tournament in the East Coast. You can't go back to the West Coast or whatever. I don't know. It's a strange rule. I doubt many people would actually try to take advantage of that for whatever reason. But that's happening, so you got to do that. On April 20th, all players will be eligible, while on April 21st, it's going to be the top 1,500 teams from round 1. Some in-game improvements and updates for the competitive aspect include some visual improvements to the lobby panel during the online open tournaments, and updated anonymous mode to better protect streamers while providing a better viewing experience for viewers. Lastly, maximum screen aspect ratio can no longer be greater than 15.9. We talked about this in our previous show. They changed that so it's all going to be more uniform so that PC doesn't have more of an advantage over those console players. Moving on to limited time modes, Epic Games has added a new mode, Air Royale, and has brought back an older mode, Food Fight, but with a new twist. We're going to start off with that Air Royale mode though. This is going to be a duos only mode where players fight to be the last ones flying. Each plane has 3 lives, which players can increase by hijacking enemy planes. In this mode, planes cannot touch the ground for more than a few seconds or else it will explode. On the other hand, planes cannot fly too high either, as the storm will have a ceiling which will decrease in height as the game progresses. That's pretty cool. Loot chests will allow players to upgrade their weapons temporarily, and there are 5 different rarities available. And they will fall down through the sky throughout the entire game. To pick up the contents of chests, players can simply fly through those chests. Additionally, floating repair kits can also be found. These can repair the plane and can also provide health and shields to the players themselves. The next limited time mode is called Food Fight Deep Fried Edition. And this limited time mode is quite similar to the original Food Fight limited time mode. The main difference is that after a few minutes, lava will start to rise. Hence, the restaurants are much higher and requires players to build up to them. Now, although these are not included in the patch notes as well, there were some map changes added. And those following ones, there was a Loot Lake map change that has been turned into an excavation site. You can see on Retail Row, there's been updated in preparation for that Food Fight limited time mode. Another house has been demolished in Snobby Shores. And there's also some modified barricade to prevent being attacked. And some houses within Pleasant Park now have some secret bunkers in there, so you can go exploring and get some of that cool looking loot. Or I mean, just the normal kind of loot, not any special loot, but the cool looking new secret areas under those buildings in Pleasant Park. Now let's talk a little about creative crossovers. And this one is going to feature a very favorite actor of mine and probably many others, because it is Robert Downey Jr. Now, Fortnite's creative director Donald Mustard tweeted at Mr. Robert Downey Jr. with "Looking good, Robert Downey Jr. See you soon. # Team Downey." Accompanying the tweet was a picture of the man himself wearing a Fortnite t-shirt. Now, this has left fans hoping for a potential endgame crossover, and it doesn't seem so far-fetched, as the two franchises have indeed partnered up before. If you remember the Thanos Gauntlet, that limited time mode that was very popular from a while back when the first, or not the first Avengers, but the part 1 of Avengers, the Avengers Infinity War, when that came out, there was that whole Thanos event. So, I mean, there's most likely going to be another event, and hopefully it'll feature some Iron Man. Maybe Thanos will come back too, maybe get 2, well, we'll find out. And it's only a week away till that movie release, so that's probably soon to come, whatever that update could be next week. And now let's head over to the competitive side of Fortnite. On the competitive side, we're going to start out with the World Cup results for the Week 1 qualifiers. It was played last weekend, and the first 19 solo players have qualified. The event didn't go as smoothly, though, as Epic would have liked, as some streamers reported being stream sniped during the qualifiers, even though they did that update, and rumors swirling about pro players buying cheats to give them advantage over their opponents. That's not so good. However, some of the big organizations like Liquid, Ghost, TSM, and 100 Thieves got off to a strong start with their players qualifying for the World Cup. Top Fax Fox, Lelio from Quasar, and Slaya have qualified in Asia, Brazil, and Oceania respectively. Those 3 people I mentioned, or 3 teams from those three regions. Sorry about that. In Europe, some of the bigger names to qualify are NRG's Benji Fishy and Eleven's Stompy. The other 6 players to qualify are TQ, Prison Bro, Hered's Balo, I said that one wrong, Gambit's Letwiki. Gosh, these names, I wish there was more formal names instead of all these slang, like, you know what I'm saying. Some of these names are hard to pronounce, so I know I'm butchering them, and I apologize for that. But also, who's qualified, LDLC Nate, S2V Diego GB, and Train DRG. In North America West, it's Snow XD and Bloom Riverson qualified. In North America East, the 6 players to have qualified are the Sentinels Booga, Ghost Bizzle, TSM's Commandment, Liquid Viva, 100 Thieves Cease, and Free Agent Dubs FN. Although there has been some controversy surrounding him. Dubs was accused of purchasing cheats from a hacker online to help him get an advantage over his opponents. He has denied the accusations, and Epic hasn't commented on the situation just yet, but we will keep you updated on that situation as it develops. The controversy has led many Fortnite pros to criticize Epic's decision to make qualifiers online for arguably the biggest event in esports history. Now, moving on, Fortnite announced yesterday that there will be a competitive Creative Cup, a competition for creative mode at the World Cup. And we kind of touched on this a little bit last week, but the Cup Creative Trials, it will feature 5 events, each event focused on a new creative game. 15 participants will be selected to participate in the competition at the World Cup Finals in New York with a prize pool of $3 million. Gosh, Fortnite's prize pools are so crazy. I always read it and I'm like, they're still putting that much money out there? That's crazy. That's awesome, though. I love to see that. The 5 showcase events will run from April 29th to June 7th. Every week, all players will be able to try out the new creative trial and submit their clips on YouTube using specific hashtag for the event. There will be a special Fortnite captains who will select the winners. Epic also announced that the first trial will be built and judged by FaZe Scissors, which we did mention last week, who is known for his insanely difficult death run maps. In other news, pro Fortnite player Tfue has revealed that he plans on retiring from the competitive scene after the Fortnite World Cup in July, that is, if he qualifies. In recent months, the FaZe Clan player has chosen to skip events, including the IEM Katowice Royale, choosing to stream rather instead because it's more beneficial to him. This is bad news, though, for the esport, because Tfue is by far the most famous competitive Fortnite player and the second highest earning player in terms of prize money. Epic Games will find it challenging to retain the interest of some of the big streamers in competitive events after the World Cup. Even with those crazy prize pools, he's still making more off of his own streams because they're just more consistent and he can control it more, you know? Finally, Evil Geniuses has announced that they have signed a couple players for their Fortnite team. This is going to be the signing of J-Truth and Monster. I think that's how you say Monster? Monster? I don't know. The latter is known for his time as a Halo player, as well as frequently squatting up with Ninja and playing in the Secret Skirmish. They will be competing as solos and duos in the World Cup qualifiers. And finally, we're going to wrap up this edition of the Fort Report with some of the best montages this week. And we're going to start it off with Flaws and Sins. Sorry, that's the title. Flaws and Sins by Enton. Here we go. Right now.
Lighter. Nah, in the room. You work numbers, work wonders. You didn't woke me up from my eternal slumber. I'm the lightning, you're the thunder. There's a difference between I need you and I want you. Girl, I need you. Good sense, let the conversations get a little deeper. Tell me your darkest secret, shit you wouldn't even tell Jesus. My karma been tweaking so much I don't even believe in karma. But you give me a reason to thank God for all these recent falls. Practice at 38, I've been getting all. But I didn't chilled out on the drugs since you been involved. Suck it like it's law, I fucking like it's law. Affection on my heart, goddamn, now I'm gon' get it raw. Traumatized from my past, yeah, I keep it low. In my mind, in my head, well, that shit alone. They say you after my bread, shit, I hope they wrong. You already ran up the bands, we got half a ball. Hit it from the back, humming up, call a play, huddle up, this, good love, in the bedroom, fuck you.
Sorry, I was muted there. This is Swervin' by Soma.
Niggas in your DM, maybe Thursday. In a person, but you're curving. Curvy little body, love surface. Yeah, I'm on your body, make you nervous. I like the way you keep up with your earnings. Yeah, it's okay, you be swerving.
I fuck you from the back and leave you turning. The type to make you feel like I'm so worth it. Play my ex that bitch, she did me dirty. Had me fall in love and then she curved me.
Lulu Baton, you would think I'm bleeding from my toes. Dick all inside of you, make you freeze, make you pose. I want you to get up on your knees and your toes.
I see one of my enemies, they gon' freeze like they cold. I swear I ain't no killer, but test me if you wrong. You don't want my adrenaline rushing, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Shit up on my mind, I can't think.
Next is Ring Ring by Machi.
Alright, Decent, come to me and send me along.
I don't feel like coming to the phone today. I wish everyone would leave me alone. I don't feel like coming to the phone today. Ring, ring, ring. I don't feel like coming to the phone today.
I think they're like top 4 right now, at least.
I don't feel like coming to the phone today. I don't feel
The main
like
part, I think everyone
with the chills on my arms and on
Dude, I just got added back to the chat.
Day to day, same thoughts. This is all the devil's fault. I ain't in the name drop. Off 3, pop all 3.
Next is It's Chien's Feeling.
I'm gonna take ass on. Yeah. Her give me a feeling. My girl just walked into the building. First give me a feeling, I feel it. First give me a feeling, I feel it. Goddamn, black eyes, okay. I got a feeling. First help me feel it, I feel it. Problems I numb and conceal them. Kinda like my feelings, but I still feel them. I I just walked in the building.
Now we have That's a Rack by Stats.
Hit her once, that's a rack.
Hey.
No strings attached, that's a rack, that's a rack. No strings attached, that's a rack, that's a rack. Water on my neck, swim through that, that's a lap. Fuck from the back, hit her once, that's a rack. No strings attached, that's a rack, that's a rack. No strings attached, that's a rack, that's a rack. Water on my neck, swim through that, that's a lap. Fendi knapsack, why I'm spitting Fendi facts. I don't want you back.
Coming up is Chopsticks Murder on My Mind.
Hey, I'm in the studio, bro. Oh, no, you ain't called me, bro. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm at the studio. Hold up, though. I ain't get her on no weed. I ain't get her on no switchers. I was locked up on Christmas. I ain't get to see my niggas. I ain't get to hug my mama. Couldn't even give her no kisses. Can't even post on my Instagram. Could he pussy niggas be snitching? Everybody acting suspicious. Might probably say that I'm tripping. When I'm all alone in my jail cell, I tend to get in my feelings. And all I smoke is that loud. Don't pass me no midget. And I'ma smoke all of my pain away, cause that's the only thing that gon' heal it. I don't understand you women who go around pretending as if they really fuck with me, so I love them all from a distance.
Up next is the elusive Team Taj number 3.
The heart for what just blew in off the coast. State I'm in right now, salt drips from her brow. No more days without. Makes me feel so right. I can do no wrong. We'll keep going strong. I've got all my money on you and all my dollars off you. I'll feel like $1,000,000 and I give no fucks when I'm with you. Got all my money on you and all my dollars off you. I'll feel like $1,000,000, $1,000,000. I used to be a skeptic, non-believer, but now it's changed. You're worth your weight in gold. The richest love ain't growing on the trees out here, but confidently I can say I'm sold. The state I'm in right now, salt drips from her brow. No.
Then we have a Team Taj for Prefix Gaming.
Shut me out, please. She's a goddess, a wish from a star in my heart. Oh, yeah. Sweet, shut me out, please. Oh, yeah.
Next up is Save That by Team Mock.
Yeah. DA got that dope. Now I'm rapping Motorola in the track. All 100 super motor, give me cash. I ain't capping, put the 50 on the dash. And I ain't worried about these bitches want the bag. Being famous, came up from the bottom, but I made it. At the top, you get rich, but then they hate it. When you get that check, you better save it. No can't say that. I got money and it's old, come from way back. I done put my team on, now they hate that. Rich forever boss, I can't fake that. Invest the money for the check that you gon' make back. I might put a lamb, I might go pay back. Bitches getting crazy with the payback. Had to cut a hole off, I can play that. You ain't got the money, so just say that. Working real hard, better save that. Bought my bitch a purse, cost me 8 racks. But I did a show and got that kick back. Now I'm rapping Motorola in the track. All 100 super motor, give me cash. I ain't capping, put 250 on the dash. And I ain't worried about these bitches want the bag. For being famous, came up from the bottom, but I made it. At the top, you get rich, but then they hate it. When you get that check, you better save it. No cat lies, you can save that. Niggas talking trash, ain't got no rights.
And lastly, we're going to leave you with Love or Lust by Team NorCal. And that's going to be all for this week's edition of the Fort Report. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more, give us a follow and a subscribe if you can. Or if you missed any part of our show, you can find our VOD on our YouTube channel at GameCaveTV. Just search that, all one word, GameCaveTV. Be sure to tune in again next week for more Fortnite and Call of Duty content. Though next week we are not going to be doing our live shows. We're going to be off for 1 week, but still follow us. We're going to be putting content on our Twitter and our YouTube and our Reddit as well. But so you can follow those. Our socials will be on the screen in just a few moments after our last montage is shown. But yeah, we're going to be taking a week off, but then the following week we're going to be coming back with our Wednesday Call of Duty and our Fortnite Fridays for Call of Duty and Fortnite news at 10:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/GCTV stream. So enjoy this last teamtage, and we'll see you guys next video.
Is it lust that we fuck it up enough? Why we always breaking up? Baby, look who we become. Are we ever growing up? Girl, I wish you would've won. Got this drink up in my cup, think I feel it coming up. Is it lust that we fuck it up enough? Why we always breaking up? Baby, look who we become. Are we ever growing up? Girl, I wish you would've won. Got this drink up in my cup, think I feel it coming up. Think I feel it coming up, yeah. I just wanna make love to the sunset. Always saying you gon' leave, do you want that? Baby, tell me what you see in our forecast. If you ride, then you die. Always be right by my side. Baby, look me in my eyes, I can never tell a lie. Would you eat up all our time that we spent fixing our lives over what we call a fight? Think I'm about to lose my mind. Don't you call my phone, I just wanna be alone. I don't want no other hoe, you the one who took my soul. Spend a stack and make it moan. Now you left me on my own. When did you become so cold? I ain't never been this froze. Ain't been so froze. Not a dog, but I need my bone. My niggas know. Love your body from head to toe. You changing roles. Two-faced and you already know. I love you so, but I hate you more. Is it lust that we fuck it up enough? Why we always breaking up? Baby, look who we become. Are we ever growing up? Girl, I wish you would've won. Got this drink up in my cup, think I feel it coming up. Is it lust that we fuck it up enough? Why we always breaking up? Baby, look who we become. Are we ever growing up?